Welcome to video number 5 of how to get a girlfriend or getting back into dating. Tell me and yourself the truth. Are you in a relationship that you don't want to be in? When you see the woman that you're with right now, are you turned on or do you wish you were turned on? Do you wish to be with a more attractive and interesting woman? If you feel any of this, leave. Today we're going to get into 3 different things about why you should leave the woman you're with right now if you're not continuously turned on by her, you want her, you see her, and you just feel so appreciative of being with this being. The first thing we're going to get into is how you may have ended up with the wrong woman simply because you were in a place of not having much choice. So you felt that this is the only way that I can find someone. There's no other alternative. And if you're watching this video, you know that now there's an alternative. But I'm going to show you how that comes about into someone's experience. The second thing we're going to get into is how resentment and disgust will be the outcome of being with someone that you don't want to be with. And how you both just suffer. And the third part is about basically leaving her. Let me give you the reality, not just of you, but of any man that's around the world. You have friends. And amongst these friends, you have their friends. And then amongst those friends, you have their friends. And as you hang out with them, as other men out there hang out with their social circles, they notice that they want companionship. They notice that they want to be with someone. In the same way that the woman does. And in many ways, more important to the woman. So not only are you searching for someone, looking for someone, the woman has been doing that already. And what happens is that you two match up. Because you look amongst your friends and their friends, and you start to go, I want that girl. You don't notice anybody else out in the world because when your reality doesn't know that that is an option, when you don't have the skill set to go out there and meet someone else, when you are not used to expressing yourself, your reality will become framed. And within this frame, you will only see there's that girl, and there's that girl. They're all single and have to choose one of them. This is how your reality starts to play out. Let's forget about the fact that there's other women out there because you won't even notice them. Or maybe if you do, you won't even think that's a possibility. And the way you ended up with the woman you're with right now is that you only had that frame to choose from. You couldn't see outside the frame. This is your reality. You see Sarah, you see Kimmy, or you see Christina. And with all three of these girls, or maybe there's more, it's not a lot, but maybe there's more, you only have these girls to choose from. So they may not even be someone that you truly want, but you will go for them because who else is there to go for? Either choose this girl or be alone. I mean, and in a alone position, fuck, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to choose Sarah. Sarah is the cutest out of the three. She is nice, and she seems like she is going to school, and she seems like she has things going. I'm going to choose Sarah. And then you start to do what you can do to be around her more. And because she's searching for someone, and she's also in that place of not having enough choice, she will choose you as well. Then the relationship starts. You two seem like you're getting along well. You feel like you made the right choice out of the three. But underneath that, simultaneously, you know that this is all you have to choose. So you are trying to make it work. You are going to try to make it work. There's this scare, this fear underneath that I need to make this right. I only have this amount to choose from, so I better make it right. I better make this work. This is why you feel so unenlivened by what's happening with you and her. This is why you feel like, yeah, I have her, but I wish I had someone else. Or maybe you've never been with somebody as attractive as her. And you're operating from, I have to do whatever I can to keep this woman. So you're really nice. You make sure in the moments where she's angry that you get her back to being happy as quick as possible. You don't want to mess things up. This is not your fault that you've been given only these three opportunities and you believe that you only have this. That's not your fault because it's not embedded in us. It is not ingrained in us as men that you have the opportunity to go meet someone you absolutely do not know. And that could lead to being the woman that you're going to be with. You have the opportunity to say hello to that woman over there that's sitting in a group. And it's a possibility that both of you can go on a date. These things do not come to your vision. Your reality is not seeing that. It's only seeing what it was conditioned into. That this is the way of life. Because everybody around you was doing it. And everybody who you saw doing it that wasn't doing it in school, or maybe it was a guy, he was a player. When you saw him doing it, you saw he was doing it from a very arrogant place. And you didn't want to do that. So you're like, if I got to get women like that, then I won't do it. I don't want to have to be mean. I don't want to have to not be myself. I want to get women by being myself. The social circle choosing has been the reason for ending up with the woman you don't really want. This is one of the main reasons. X out any of the other factors. X them out. Because you only knew this was possible. But there's something you can do about it. And that's something you are doing about it. You're watching this video. Maybe you've watched other videos. And you're trying to figure, how can I get back into dating? How can I go for women who I really want? Because if a man's been with a woman too long, or if you've been with a woman too long, you will start to notice that I feel like I can get someone better, or I want someone that's better than this. And that's simply because you feel like you can be better. Or there's a part of you that's delusional to think that you can get someone, quote unquote, better with the self that you are now. But either way, you feel that I can get someone better and I'm just with her now just to buy time, or I'm with her because I don't want to be alone. This is why when we talk about number 3, which is leave her, it's going to be important, because your happiness depends on this. It does. And staying with someone you don't really want will only lead to number 2, which is resentment and disgust is the outcome of being with someone you don't want to be with. Let's talk about resentment. You come home from work. You see her. And you're like, oh. There's a part of you that doesn't feel aroused. There's a part of you that feels like, I guess. And then maybe she doesn't even come to you with open arms. Maybe the first thing is, how's work? Just something where you feel like, we're going to talk about disgust next, but it's something where you feel like, man, what am I doing? Why am I with her? I know that I can do better. This I know that I can do better feeling will sear. It will fester in you so long that it will turn into you doing things to her unconsciously. You unconsciously acting in ways to let her know that you don't want her. Because you're starting to build what people call resentment. A feeling of not wanting. Like this feeling of, it's, why am I with you? Like this, I don't want to be in this situation, but I'm forced to be in it. So because I'm forced to be in it, I'm going to push you away. That's the feeling. Because I'm forced to be in it, I'm going to push you away. And doing that unconsciously feels right. This is when you're in a relationship with a woman and you will consciously sometimes you will consciously do this. You will not come home at the time you say you're going to come home, or you will not be looking forward to her coming to bed because maybe you have to have sex with her or something. And you're like, you're just not looking forward to any of this. This position of, I'm forced to be in it and I don't want to be in this. And so I'm going to push you away, or I'm gonna unconsciously push you away, turns into disgust. And that's when you're like, oh, fuck, you kiss her, but you're not really kissing her. You're kissing her because that's what couples do. You're doing the necessary actions to keep her at bay and to keep yourself engaged, to keep both of you averagely happy, at the minimum. And disgust is too far. If you've moved into disgust, if you move from resentment into disgust, now it's time for you truly to walk away. It is the time. And this is why I say, for number 3, leave her. Your happiness depends on it. Staying around longer will only let her know that she's not appreciated. Staying around longer will only teach you to not go for what you want. This is vital for your love life. You may notice that being with her is enjoyable, but unenjoyable. That you enjoy certain moments, but you don't enjoy many, many moments. And the moments that you enjoy are only the moments where there's not chaos. The moments that you enjoy are only the moments where you've done something to make her happy. Or it feels like it's going well. You suffer. And so does she. She wants you to want her. But the truth for you is, you do not want her. And as much as you try to fake it, she can feel that there's a part of you that's not there. There's a part of you that's holding back. And she will unconsciously do things to bring that part out of you. But you are not courageous enough to live up to it. So you stay around. And both of you just rot away together. I want you to be courageous enough to show her that part. It may be so hard to let her know that you don't want to be in this anymore. That you want to go explore more that's out there. I mean, you've invested time together. You've invested 1 year, 2 years, 3 years plus. So to just walk away to her sounds like a coward move. That's what it sounds like. Because she can feel that I don't want to get hurt by this. So the projection onto what you're doing is, this is a cowardly move. be courageous enough to allow that projection. Your happiness depends on it. You need to be able to let her feel hurt by what you're doing. Because there's no more hurting that she could feel than you two staying together. That is the most hurtful part. It is. And many of the times, a woman won't break it off. She won't. Only when she gets to the point where she absolutely can't handle it, or she cheats, or something like this. But otherwise, she won't break it off at some point in it, because many of the times she's operating from, this could turn around in some way. We can make this work in some way. You need to allow her to feel that she doesn't like you for what you're doing. This is what you're truly afraid of. That she won't like what you're doing. She won't accept you anymore. She won't appreciate you anymore. You actually are afraid of being found out as the fraud that you are. Because if you be honest with yourself, you're faking it. And if someone was to bring that to light, besides me, if someone else was to bring that to light in front of you, or if she was to say, so this whole time you were with me, you didn't want to be with me, in that moment, you will feel so afraid to say yes. It takes courage to say yes in that moment. It's not easy to just be like, or if you're angry, it's easy, but if it's not easy in a place of like truly being open to her, to say, yes, I've been in this whole time simply because I felt like I've had no other choice. Or I've been in this the whole time simply because I was afraid of leaving you because I didn't want to hurt you. That is very hurtful to her, because she's like, so you've been leading me on this whole time. You've been manipulating me to make me think that you want me, or you want to be here, and that you don't want to be here. And sometimes when women throw out something this honest to us, we fold in. Because something that a woman will do, she'll give it to you straight when you can't do it. And if you say yes sometimes in that straightness, or if you do have the courage to say yes in that straightness, she will feel that you are this, things that she don't like. Because she will feel hurt. If you say no, and you try to make up some other excuse, she's gonna bring you back to the truth. Like, no, you are with me. Basically, you've been with me this whole time. No, don't try to talk around it. She may be doing all that. So if she's gonna give you the chance to say yes, even though she doesn't wanna hear it, but she does wanna hear it, you need to say yes. Because you probably don't have the strength to do it. And if she gives you the leeway like that, say it. You need to leave her, or she needs to leave you. And many of the times it's gonna have to be you. This is the difficult part though. You've invested time, you've invested money, you've invested yourself into something. And to walk away from that will mean that it was for nothing. That's actually the way you've been conditioned, that if you put all your investment into something and you walk away, it wasn't worth it. Of course it was worth it. Of course. The only thing now is to leave so you can see that it was worth it. If you try to go from the position now that, okay, being in this, it was worth it and I need to break up with her, it won't be realized. But if you walk away from this woman, if you leave her, after the period of just feeling like, oh my God, I've lost something so dear to me, and getting into bettering yourself, you will look back and say that was worth it. I needed to learn what I need to learn with this woman. I needed to leave her so I can open up the space for me to be with somebody that I actually want to be with. Thank you for tuning in to video number 5. And what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to subscribe. Continuously follow my videos, and if you're someone that's getting back into dating or you want to leave a woman that you're with right now, just know that I have a free Meet to Bedroom series. That's everything from what did you do to on an approach all the way to the bedroom. Totally free in the description box. Click the link and it'll take you where you can put in your email and get more of my free content and watch those videos. I also want you to share this. If you feel like there's someone who can benefit from this video, give it to them. They need to hear this. Maybe they're not brave enough to come out of themselves and do it, but when someone else is telling them that you will have a better life, that your happiness depends on it, it could spark something in them. And until next time that we talk about women and getting back into dating or how to get a girlfriend, I'll leave you with this. If you leave her, your happiness will be with someone else who you actually want. If you stay with her, you'll never be able to discover who that woman or women are that's waiting for you. So make the choice that you want to make.